Hey guys, it's Rhino Longhorn here, and today we are back with Satisfactory Episode 7. Really quickly as we start, I would like to check on the amount of reinforced iron plate we have. We have 45 after all the upgrades we did from yesterday. So, looks like when we ended, we are trying to get Logistics Mark II. Didn't actually look like we did so. Looks like we were 5 rods short, maybe? Anyway, it does look like we can get it. I thought we had it done already, but oh well. I'm gonna go ahead and plop all this in. There we go. There we are, excuse me. And launch. So now we will have Mark II conveyors with this. I'm gonna let Ada tell you here.
Improved versions of conveyor belts and conveyor lifts are now accessible. To encourage additional verticality, conveyor poles now have a stackable variant.
There you are. Really quickly, before I get too much into this episode, I'd like to say thanks for all of the support and the compliments I've received for the previous episodes, just in general. Thank you all for that, and it does mean a lot. I also would love to hear anyone's advice, because it helps me grow, and it helps make this YouTube channel better and more enjoyable. Thanks for the compliments, and again, I'm willing to take any advice. I also would like to apologize. My allergies seem to be hitting hard this time of year. I think I'm a little bit stuffy right now, so please bear with me on that. I was just, as I went by, I was looking up, yeah, this hole here, and this hole here, they bug me. It needs to get patched. Maybe we can do that in today's episode, get some more of this platform going. I'd like to build just a little bit of a platform out over here for all of the copper, but we're doing well on copper. I'm just taking a look at the resources that we have, and it looks like we are going good. So maybe in this episode we should try and move all of this up there and figure out a better way to do everything. Also, I was just looking at the supply of fuel we have. It looks good for now, but it will definitely go quick, so either in this episode or the next, it would not hurt to do another chainsaw run with trusty chainsaw here and cut down a bunch more trees. But I'm just running around, checking on things, making sure everything is running good. This is what I really want to check on, see how efficient it is and what is really being weighted upon the most. Looks like we actually are out of, or not out of steel plate. Okay, we have plenty of, keep calling them steel plate, it's iron plate. But it looks like screws seem to be the biggest holdup, but they're not even that bad of a holdup. So, we might even have an excess of plate, as you can see here, because it was completely filled up. But we do not, however, have an excess of screws, and if I had to guess, it's this thing right here is the biggest reason. Is because it's only limited by the amount of rods it can produce at one time. Looks like I should have the resources, so I think I might go ahead and just get this, place another constructor down and merge it in. Okay, that is now done. Except it is not powered and is not set up, but it just merges right in there. Splits right here is really, it's just really simple. So I'm gonna put screws on production and see about getting it some power. Looks like I have plenty of space on this pole. There we go, and now it's going good. So hopefully that'll now keep up with our demand. Maybe we can crank out some plates a little bit faster, because I know in the future especially they're going to be really helpful, and those Mark II conveyors we just unlocked, I'll show them to you now. They actually take plates to build. They're faster, but they take those reinforced iron plates, so it's definitely good to have a good production of that. And I'm trying my best to resist the urge not to say hardened steel. I think that's an Empyrean thing. We have these things now. What you can do is you can actually stack them on top of each other, and on each of these levels you can run a conveyor belt off of them, so that will help with organization. And they also have a ladder on the side, which you might have seen earlier, which means also improved mobility. I don't know about you, it looks like they might be coming out a little bit faster now, which is good. Should be this assembler should be running at maximum efficiency. It does look like the plates are flowing in at least a little bit faster. I'm also going to see if we can well, no, I take that back, never mind. We are not going to get to upgrade this space elevator. We're not going to get to upgrade the space elevator today, but we need to start thinking about and by we I mean I need to start thinking about getting the stuff in place to do so, because these smart plating, you can see they take a rotor and a hardened steel plate, which is why it's important that we get a production line of these going, and the fact that it will need them for future upgrades of different things as well. So we'll want a production line of them going. Over here we have the reinforced iron plate, and then we can hopefully also get rotor production going as well. And I just had a thought. What if we converted one of these producing all of this iron stuff, one of these that is, instead of producing all the resources needed for the iron plate, we have it producing rotors. But I was also thinking, we seem to have an excess of iron over here that's going almost nowhere and needs to get sorted out as well. So what if we converted like one of these into making rotors? Because it should only take one deposit. They're relatively cheap. I could convert one of these, since we seem to have plenty of iron, convert one of these into a production for rotors. And I would like to get this going before I move everything up to the factory, because it'll work out how I want to arrange it in the factory later. But if I just like disconnect that, all of this, disconnect the merger because there's no need for it anymore. Ooh, what the heck? That's weird. That must be where the merger was. Take out all of this. See, that feeds into there. That can continue to go in there for now, but eventually we'll have to change it over. We'll want enough iron for both of these. And I'm just curious, how much do each of these take? 15 per minute and 30 per minute. So that one's only going to require half, and then this one can get the other half, basically. So each of these will only get 15 per minute, which means we'll have less plate production, but that's okay because I think eventually we won't even need the plates anymore, so it should be fine, basically. But if I just take this conveyor belt over here, really quickly I'm going to grab some more hardened steel plates because I would like to get another assembler going, or actually maybe even a few. Constructor, excuse me. Goodness. Basically what I'll do with this system, by the way, is I'll just remove this conveyor belt, remove all of this, remove the top box when it runs out, and then just hook it up to the splitter here, and kind of like we had it before, and was that the last episode or 2 episodes ago? I can't remember, but back to the way it was, and it'll be fine. This bugs me over here, though. This how it kind of, the iron just kind of shimmies there. I'm just gonna fix that real quick, because that is very, very distracting and very unique. Just to show you guys, the rotors themselves are made with rods and screws, so that means we make a bunch of rod production and then split it. Half of it goes to making screws, the other half continues to make rods. And then we feed all that into an assembler, and it's all good. I'm going to start over here with rod production. Each of these, this should output 30 per minute, right? Yeah, it's outputting 30 per minute, so if we'll have to split it here into 2 constructors. And this is, building on this incline is kind of annoying. Actually, I take that back, it's really annoying because I can about slide under the constructor here. This looks really janky, but oh well. So I'll feed that into there, split it, feed the other one in to there. It's encroaching others' clearance, so I'll take it around, and then feed it up. This iron has quite the journey, and I promise the factories in the future will be much more satisfactory. Then basically what I can do from here is just take another constructor after this one, and that will go there. So this will make the rods into screws, as many as it can. This will make rods. This will make rods, and this will come straight out, probably about there. And then this is where it'll meet with the assembler, and then it'll go down this hill into a storage container, which I'll set up down there. And this area over here is such a mess, but don't worry guys, this is temporary, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. Okay guys, I've now crafted up, hopefully the last rotor I'll have to craft up in a long time, if ever. There's the assembler, and here's the conveyor belt. But looks like we're out of plate now, so that's okay because we have a production line for it, so all I gotta do is run over to this box and grab some. It's nice having production lines for everything. All I should have to do is connect that into there, connect that into there, and finish connecting that into the box, and make sure everything is powered, and that should be it. And then we should have rotor production. It also appears that this power pole here actually has an extra line slot, which is good. Makes it really easy to just come up here, boom. And it's okay if this thing isn't the most efficient, because for now at least, rotor production isn't permanent, and it should be fine. Basically, at least we can reorganize everything when we move the factory up here to more of what we need then, based on the deposits we have, so it'll be fine. We can dedicate more to making rotors if we want. But this thing is filling up now. It has all the rods, but kind of as I expected, screws are the biggest issue. And what we can do to maybe help that is make a splitter here and a merger here. And why the splitter merger? It's because I want 2/3 of these to go back into it and 1/3 to go from into there. But that is too steep. So to get this one merged, we have to do something a little bit janky. As usual. We have to wrap it around, but that's okay. Again, this is permanent, but it looks like, I'm afraid we've overloaded the power network again because I hooked up a, we did. That's okay. We'll just kick on the last of our biomass burners that I have built up from a couple episodes ago. Also, I forgot we had these 2 iron deposits. We are going good now. And now we should see our first rotor, I think? Yeah, that's our first rotor right there. First of many. With adding that extra little bit of rods in here, it definitely looks like this thing is having a little bit better of a time. I'm very happy with how that is, and can't wait to get a bunch of rotors. But one of the reasons I set these up is because now we have the production of rotors here. Now we have the production of reinforced iron plate over there, and smart plate is just rotors and reinforced iron plate. So we actually have everything we need for smart plates, and if we just build that up now, then we can unlock the next tiers 3 and 4 in the space elevator, and we'll be good to go. Now, I haven't done jump pads yet, partially because they require rotors, and I didn't want to sit down and craft them all up, because that would have been a pain. But, now that we have rotor production, it should just be a bit of a wait, and then we just throw it in. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and get all of the resources ready for that, so by the time... so basically, we'll have... we'll be ready when the time comes. Also, as I gather these resources, I would just like to say I have not seen a lizard doggo since like episode 3 or 4, whenever we got it. Or maybe it was the episode after, because it did some weird walks. I have everything but the rotors ready for the jump pads now, so I'm not expecting we have too many. If I had to guess, we have like 5. 8. Okay, well, it's about what I figured, because it had just been a couple minutes, and so I didn't expect them to make that much. But I'm still happy we have this production line up anyway, because it'll save me some time now if I need to make another assembler from just grabbing a stack of rods and making it that way, because it took almost a stack of rods to make 8 rotors. So, and I believe 8 rotors is what it took for an assembler. Nope, it's 4. Okay. So it took about half a stack of rods, give or take, to make an assembler. The rotors for the assembler. This area is really coming together, minus the platform. The platform needs some work, especially out over here. Jump pads will also help us get up to the platform, so we can jump pad. One might even be enough to jump pad up to the platform. I think I'm now going to go on that wood gathering mission that I said I would at the start of the episode, because we need more. Or where's the nearest sulfur one? Oh, only 673 meters. I might actually go check this sulfur out over here. Oh shoot. He looks like he's the boss equivalent. Ow, he hits hard. He looks to be the boss. Oh shoot. And then suddenly my keyboard won't let me jump. I'm just gonna run. Yeah, thank you. Hitting me that far away, dude. Well, I think that answer is right about where the sulfur is right about where that dude was. That was painful. Some sulfur would be nice. The reason I want it in the first place is for those explosives and stuff. Yeah, you'll want it, especially in the future, but even now would be nice. So that's interesting. Didn't even cut down that many trees, only got 148 wood. 6 paleberries, which I think I'll eat right away. But I'll throw this little bit of what I got into the fuel maker over here. Also, I was just thinking, they have, like, not shipwrecks, but, like, crashed pieces of ships in this game. And they usually just lie about the map, and they contain these, like, the hard drives that you can use. You can go look at, put them through your MAM, and get a bonus, like, recipe or something. I haven't seen one yet, which is very interesting. Looks like while we were gone, we ran out of power, which is not good. We only have 13 of 50 rotors in the box right now, which is not good, honestly. While I'm here, I'm going to throw down that assembler. I'm going to have it set on smart plating, 1 reinforced iron plate, and 1 rotor. So it'll take 50 reinforced iron plate and 50 rotors, but I'm going to turn it off for now because we don't have 50 rotors. Just to prepare for the next episode, I'm going to go ahead and grab some hardened steel plates so that we can get smart plating done. Okay guys, I'm going to throw 50 reinforced iron plate in here, but leave it on standby because in the next episode I would like to complete the next hub upgrade, which means we'll get improved production and all sorts of good stuff, but we don't have the rotors to complete it now, which is why we're doing it in the next episode. I'd also like to get the rebar gun, which is going to take the 50 hardened steel plate, 25 rotors, and a bunch of screws, and then more rotors and rods for the spiked rebar, which is the ammunition for the rebar gun. That rebar gun I think would be very useful for fighting that big giant pig boss dude that we found up above, and maybe also get us some sulfur. I'm hoping that we have enough fuel here to be able to keep us going until till we get coal up and running, which will require the next hub upgrade, and then we'll have to unlock it from the MAM. But guys, we got a lot done. We got this set up, functioning. We got some more resources collected. We are almost on the way to jump pads, and got some more hub upgrades as well. So I'm satisfied with today's progress, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Again, thanks for the support that you guys have, the comments that you guys have left, and any suggestions I'll take a look at. Bye. Also, say this every time, don't know why. This is a running theme with this, but we're gonna save here.